Well, hi folks. Oh God, it's sweltering here in Chonburi, Thailand. It's just about 9 o'clock in the morning and it really is hot. It's the hottest it's been, in actual fact, for about 5 or 6 weeks. We've had a really cold spell, down to 17 degrees Celsius in actual fact at night. That's very cold for here. And the cold spells usually only last a week or 2 weeks, but this time it's been 5 or 6 weeks, I think. Whether it's global warming, El Nino, or whatever, or a combination of everything, who knows. Anyway, today's project, what I've done, I found an old scrap piece of wood in the garden, a bit of old tree trunk, which was doing nothing, a cracked flower pot, a few bits of stone and rubble, some coconut husks, a couple of old rusty nails, and I've created a mini garden, mostly with bromeliads, admittedly, because they're easy and I can't get around like I used to, so I go for simple gardening these days. And it's turned out well. Well, you'll be the judge of that when you see the finished article. So no further ado, let's get on with the video. Hope you enjoy it, folks, and if you do, perhaps you'd like to click like or subscribe. Or you may like to see more videos I've done of various gardening topics in Thailand and in the tropics, about bromeliads, other plants, general run-of-the-mill things. Also some videos on astrophotography or gear for astrophotography. Okay, enjoy the video folks, and thanks for watching. Well, I'm recording this on my camera phone. I've done it before and it doesn't come out too badly on the video stakes. Anyway, what I have here is a piece of old wood been laying around the garden. It's about, what, nearly 3 foot long, just under a metre long. I think it's a piece of old teak, and it's been gnawed away by termites, hence all the striation on the trunk. And underneath there in the wheelbarrow is a load of old stone and bits and pieces of rubble. And what I intend to do is make a small bromeliad tree over here. So here I have the pot, which I don't use new pots. This is a cracked one, and the base is an old grinding stone of some sort that I sort of acquired. Somebody dropped it around thinking we might need it. So the idea is to plonk this piece of wood in that pot and keep it in place with these stones and bits and pieces, and I will in actual fact put some diced up coconut and maybe a bit of soil around it, so that once the wood is in situ and the wood is actually planted, I'm going to put bromeliads, orchids and maybe a fern or two on it, and I'll be able to put a few bromeliads, maybe, and a couple of ferns in the pot. We shall see. As you can see here now, I've filled the pot with coconut husk, diced up coconut husk, which we get here readily. It's very cheap. It's good. It's a good medium. It'll last probably 18 months, and then it becomes waterlogged and starts to rot and stink. So that's the time to change it or top it up. Mixed in a little bit of charcoal, and that's it. That's a great medium. Now the coconut husks here are used to fix the bromeliads to the wood, as you can see here. A couple of nails in, I'll show you in a moment. There you go. And these are some of the bromeliads I'll be using for this little tree, this little project. You see there's a bit of variety there, nothing fantastic, but there's a bit of variety. So we've got some purples, some tigers, some stripes. At the moment, all barring one, which is a Neorigelia, are acnes. Well, I thought I'd start off with this one. This is a Neorigelia, rather a splendid plant, and that looks to me like that will fit in there beautifully. So be a bit careful, you know. The piece of wood is only only just held in there. Don't worry about the nails, Benny. You know, if you want to be fussy, you can be, but there's no point really, and it's all going to rust out in the end anyway. There's a little bit of root hanging down here. Maybe I ought to cover that up. There we are. Not too fussy. It's, you know, I think we tend to be too fussy with our plants and our flowers and our gardens. To me anyway, I prefer things not to be too twee. I prefer it rugged and higgledy-piggledy. Rugged and higgledy-piggledy. I even have an orchid here which I'm going to put on. I don't know, can you see that? This in actual fact came off of this piece of wood originally. It was in another part of the garden. It's a beautiful orange bloom. It really is a splendid plant, and it's been in too deep a shade where it was in the garden under a huge tree. So what I'm going to do is try it here, just give it a whirl, because I don't want to lose it. It's a nice plant. So that's the plan. All we do to fix that is really, hopefully, quite simple. Couple of nails, just like that, crossed over. I mean, you probably can't see that, but it's not good practice. But I've even gone through the actual stem with nails before, and it's been fine. You know, like I say, we're too fussy. When you think of things in the wild, you know, they fall off, the wind blows them down, and you just sort of regenerate, no problem at all, wherever they fall. So, you know, follow nature. Well, usually works anyway. Now the roots here, I'm going to train round the back away from the sun. Now, this time of the year, this area only gets the direct sunlight fairly early morning. It's, what is it now, about 8, 8:30, something like that. And already the shade is coming across the top. In the summer months, it gets direct sunlight virtually all day. But because it's the wet monsoon, the atmosphere is very moist. So you know, it doesn't matter too much about the direct sunlight, and these will acclimatise without a doubt. They will. It'll be, what, 2 or 3 months for them to acclimatise, so that'll be fine. Anyway, I'm going to put a couple of ferns around here and a couple more bromeliads, maybe a couple of acmeas, and then we'll see how it looks here. What I've done here, I've turned the piece of wood around, well, the pot in actual fact, not the wood. And you can see that at the back there, so we're now looking at the back incidentally. That's how I've attached the fern, and I shall pack the roots with damp diced coconut and watered daily for 2 or 3 weeks. That'll be fine, I think. And of course that will never get the sun. The only part of that will get the sun is when it grows and the leaves spread out from behind the wood. So I'm well happy with that. That's already, this is looking good. There is one last thing, folks. Don't forget to water daily to start off with, and then it should be okay every other day. Water thoroughly daily for a couple of weeks or so, or maybe longer, a month maybe. As this doesn't get any rain even in the wet season unless it's blowing a holy northeast. So I have to water it artificially. And remember, always keep the cups of bromeliads, those that have cups, keep them filled up with water, preferably rainwater, and change every week or so, or daily if you want to, if you've got nothing else to do. But I do it once a week, once a fortnight, something like that. Oh, here it is in all its glory, the morning after. Looks better than I feel sometimes. Yeah, pleased with it. It's looking good. Well, thank you a lot for watching this video. If it's of any interest to you, perhaps you'd like to visit my YouTube channel and maybe leave a comment, a like, or a subscription. Anyway, there are many more videos on my channel, so perhaps I may have used you. Thanks for watching. Bye.